morning, students. Yesterday we have learned about auxiliary verb. Today in auxiliary verb we are going to see the modules. Okay. I hope yesterday's video you have watched completely. Still, if you have any problem or any doubt, please you can call me or you can message me. So today we will see the different modules, how to use in how we are going to use the modal verbs. Okay, so let's begin. Good morning, students. Today we are going to do the revision of chapter 9, auxiliary verb, including modals. This chapter we are going to do in part 2. Okay, it is divided into two parts. So today we are going to see what is auxiliary verb. Also, along with that, we will going to see main verb versus auxiliary verb. Okay, so this two difference between also you will come to know in part 1. In part 2 we are going to see the models, where we are going to use the models, how to use and all that. Okay, in auxiliary verb. So let's begin.
Hello friends, we already know what are verbs. So today let's see the different types of verbs, especially helping verbs which are also known as auxiliary verbs. Rohit is sleeping. What action is Rohit doing here? He is sleeping. Therefore, sleeping is the main verb. What is the use of is in the sentence? Is helps the main verb show that the action is in the present and it's continuing now. So, is the helping verb, also known as auxiliary verb. Now let's take another example. They were playing football. Here, playing is the action being done, so it's the main verb. Were is the helping verb and it helps us to know that the action was done in the past. Auxiliary verbs can also tell that the sentence is negative or that it's a question. Let's look at those examples. Is he going to school? Here is helps us to know that it's a question. He did not talk to me. Here did not shows us that it's a negative sentence. Should I open the box? Here should is the helping verb or auxiliary verb and open is the main verb. You may go now. Here may is the auxiliary verb and go is the main verb. Now let's look at the different usage of have as a verb. In the first case, have is used as a main verb. They have a pet dog. Here have is the main verb. How do you know this? There's no other action being done, so therefore have has to be the main verb. Now in the second case, have is the auxiliary verb. We have bought a new house. Here bought is the action being done and it's the main verb. If we write we have a new house, the sentence is grammatically correct but the meaning changes. We no longer know that the house has been bought. So we need to write we have bought a new house. So remember, when have is used as an auxiliary verb, it cannot be used as its own. It needs another verb with it or the main verb with it to create a complete verb phrase. Now let's look at a second auxiliary verb. The use of be as an auxiliary verb. Is a form of be. He is lazy. Here is again the main verb as there's no other action being done. Now let's look at the second case. He is reading a book. Here clearly reading is the action being done, so it's the main verb, and is the auxiliary verb. He is running. Here is the helping verb has to be used with the main verb, which is running. Now finally let's look at the third auxiliary verb. In the first case, do is used as the main verb. Did is a form of do. He did his job well. Here did is the main verb as there's no other verb. He didn't go to school. Here go is clearly the main verb, so didn't has to be the auxiliary verb. Children did not win. Here clearly did not is the auxiliary verb and it cannot be used on its own as the sentence won't make sense. So we put win, which is the main verb. So to summarize what we have learned, what are auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs are used together with the main verb to show the verb's tense or to form a negative sentence or a question. And remember, auxiliary verbs are also known as helping verbs. For example, can the baby walk? Here walk is the main verb and can, the auxiliary verb, helps us to form the question. The baby is sitting. Here sitting is the main verb and is tells us that the sentence is in the present tense. Thank you so much for watching.
Hello friends, my name is Nihir Mandovra and welcome to the 9th grammar lesson. In this lesson, we will discuss all about verbs. So verbs are very important part in English and I would highly recommend you to watch this video till the end as you will get to know the basics around verbs. Please take a pen or pencil and a book. If you find anything new, please write in it. Pause the video or rewind it if you don't get any concept. Okay, so let's get started. Firstly, let's quickly remember what we have covered in our previous videos. Do you remember this chart of parts of speech? I am sure that you do. From the 8 parts of speech, we have already covered about the first 2 parts of speech, that is nouns and pronouns, in our previous videos. Please check those videos if you haven't already or if you need to revise any of them. I have given the links in the description. In this video, we are going to discuss about the third and very important part of speech, that is verbs. So let's begin. So what exactly is a verb? Verb is the main part of the sentence. Verb tells us 2 things about the subject: an action or activity performed by the subject or a state of being of the subject. In other words, state or situation of the subject. Let me give you some examples of action verbs. What is this boy doing in this image? He is running, right? So, run is an action verb. What is this batsman doing? He is playing. So, play is an action verb. Now let's look at the state of being type of verbs, or also called as stative verbs. They define the state of subject. This is an image of a boy. We say Ram is a boy. So is here is a state verb as it defines the state whether he is a boy or girl. In this image, the boy feels very tired. So feels here is a stative verb as it defines the state of boy. Let's look into some sentence examples of them. First, let's see for action verbs. First, children reads book regularly. Here what is the action performed by children? It is reading. So read is an action verb. Second, Superman is flying in the sky. Here what is the action performed by Superman? It is flying. So flying is an action verb. Third, I ride bicycle regularly. Here what is the action that I perform with cycle? It is riding. So ride is an action verb. Now let's look into the state verbs. They define the state or situation of subjects. First, she feels happy today. Here, what is the state of girl? It's feeling happy. So, feels is a state verb. Second, I am a boy. Here, how we define whether he is a boy or not? Using am as a state verb. Third, he is a policeman. Here, the state of that person is that he is a police. So, is used as a state verb here. So remember, verbs tell about the action or state of subject. Now verbs are mainly divided into two parts: main verbs and auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. So what are main verbs? Main verbs are the words that actually shows the action or activity of subject. They can stand alone without the help of any other verbs. Examples of them are read, sleep, eat, run. All these words can exist independently and provide complete meaning to the sentence. Let me give you some sentence examples of them. Sun shines. Here, what is the activity of sun? It is shining. So, shines is a main verb here. Bus stops. Here, what is the action bus performs? It is to stop. So, stops is a main verb here. Car runs. Here, what is the activity or action performed by the car? It is running. So, run is a main verb here. Now, let's look into auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. They give more meaning to the main verb. They cannot stand alone, which means they require main verb for their existence. Examples of them are is, has, do, did. These are referred to as main helping verbs, and will, shall, may, can, could, might, must. These are called modal auxiliary verbs. Let me give you sentence examples to make you clear about them. For the first example, we are using helping verb may. Look at this sentence, bus may. Can you understand what this sentence is saying about bus? Bus may what? Now look at the complete sentence. Bus may stop. Here we are telling that bus may stop. That is, we are not sure whether it will stop or not, but it is giving complete meaning to the sentence. So helping verb is may here and main verb is stop. Let's look into the second example, will. Now look at this sentence, Sita will. Does this statement convey any meaning about the subject Sita? No, it doesn't. Now look at the complete sentence, Sita will come. Here we have used come, which is the main verb, with will as a helping verb. Now let's look into the last example, must. Now look at this sentence, they must. Here the verb must is of no meaning to the sentence if it is not followed by any main verb. Now look at this sentence, they must eat. Now we have a meaningful sentence conveying that they must eat the food. Here must is a helping verb and eat is a main verb. That's all in this video. Let's quickly go through what we have learned. Firstly, we discussed about verbs and what they tell about the subject. They tell two things about the subject: the action that subject performs and the state in which subject is currently in. Then we discussed about two main types of verbs: main verbs and auxiliary or helping verbs. That's all in this video. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please write in the comment sections. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. Do share the video so others can learn, and do subscribe to the channel to get regular updates about the course.
I hope after watching this video, you have understood what is main verb and what is the auxiliary verb is all about. Okay? Take care. Thank you. Have a good day.